Welcome, surf fans, to the Corona post-show, part of the Oi Rio Pro, presented by Corona. Chris Cote here with Laura Enever and Pete Mel, and it's time for a post-show party. What a day of surfing, what a week of surfing. Record-breaking crowds here on the sand in Saquarema, and the surfing lived up to the hype. The waves, super fun all week long. I tell you, from dawn to dusk, the crowd has come out in full effect. Brazil can be very proud of what they did on the sand, what they did in the water. Filipe Toledo gets his 4th victory in Rio. Our golden girl, Carissa Moore, wins. What a day to be a surf fan.
What on earth did we just witness? It was absolutely incredible. 10 pontos for Filipe. Vai, Carissa.
Amazing.
I'm getting better at my Portuguese.
Treta. Who knows if I'm saying it right? Either way, 4-time winner, Filipe Toledo. That is a feat that is as rare as anything in surfing, and we've never seen it before in Rio.
Go back to back to back, right? That's incredible, and especially since you think about this wave and as a venue, it's not going to be the same every time we come here. It's going to be a little bit different. Yeah, there's some similarities, maybe the places you're staying and maybe the restaurants you go to, but the wave itself, it's going to be a different beast each and every season we come here. So incredible to do. It is very difficult. I mean, yeah, we have waves that are stagnant. We can kind of figure out certain waves you look for. Not here. So to do what he has done is very difficult. And his talent is through the roof, and the way that he won that final, I mean, it was undeniable.
I mean, it really is starting to feel like destiny, you know, with John and Medina out of contention. Those were two of course, his biggest rivals. Italo Ferreira is not having the stellar year that he had in his championship tour victories. So it just all feels like it's going the way of Filipe Toledo. We have 2 events left, but he has clinched his spot in the upcoming Rip Curl WSL Finals. So it's hard to not jump on the Toledo train because it left the station a long time ago, and it is flying towards Trestles.
And he's made 5 of the 8 finals this year. What on earth? That's just incredible. He's the one to beat. I think this is his year, and he's after 2 second place in the last 2 events, that he was just saying how special and incredible this felt to finally get that win and to do it here in Brazil with his family. Those were some beautiful moments.
Let's talk about Toledo's road to victory. It was a long and winding road, and he had to go through some incredibly tough competition to get there. Starting in quarterfinal 3, Connor O'Leary went power for power with Toledo. He got the win there. Semifinal 2 was a near miss for Toledo, but he came through in the end. And by the time he got to the final, he comboed his opponent by 18 plus points. It was a very deep combination. He got the perfect 10. He got the 8-6-7. He did everything right all week long. And the crowd had his back from day one. The clear fan favorite from the start of this event, Pete.
Not only the fan favorite, but actually the performance best. It felt like he was the best from the very start of this event, as we see a lot of times here in this event. But, I mean, his surfing, in my eyes, has actually gone up a notch. I mean, the way he attacks the lip is better. His consistency and his airs are better. His backhand just looks incredible. It's mind-blowing, to be honest.
Yeah, and he showed us there is no weaknesses in what he does. Super powerful, very consistent. Of course, he's got his airs on lock, and he has the ability to adapt. So we saw in his semifinal, he did an alley-oop, and it was pretty good, but he used that literally as a springboard to amplify his own surfing. There's the alley-oop that he did. He liked it. It got his juices flowing, but then he followed up with one of the craziest airs we've seen in the entire year on tour.
Yeah, this air was absolutely bonkers. Filipe just looking so on fire, just so powerful. He cannot fall. He cannot make a wrong move, and showing so much emotion throughout today. And he was the final against the Super Grom, Sammy Pupo. What a moment for him to make this final. But how was this? Filipe to start off with this absolutely incredible 10-point ride. I do not understand the physics of this.
Yeah, that was, it's hard to be shocked by an air these days. That was shocking. Upside down, fully rotated, perfect landing. It was very reminiscent of the air he did here a couple years ago that was the perfect 10 as well. Toledo, he's on fire. I mean, there's nothing else you can say. The guy is just on it right now.
Yeah, we can keep rubbing on it, keep talking about it, keep doing it. All we really want to do is how does he do it? I mean, he puts in the time. His equipment, that's I think is a big asset that he has. He's got a great relationship with the crew, at Sharp Eye Surfboards. His equipment it's stuck to his feet. It doesn't want to go anywhere. It goes anywhere he wants him to go. So incredible performance. We're heading to J-Bay and then Tahiti, and I feel like I would love to see him take Tahiti by the horns, right? We're easily here in our little analyst seat able to look for chinks in his armor because we don't find many, right? And one of them would be Tahiti. Can he put himself over the ledge on some bigger days? I think he can. I think his talent is there. It's just a matter of his brain in there just to push him over the ledge because his talent is so good. His barrel riding is so good that he could be invincible.
And the positive there is he doesn't have to. He's already clinched his spot, so it's going to be the icing on the cake, right?
He wants multiple world titles. Those types of waves are going to have to be something that he has to be able to relish and enjoy doing.
Yeah, and Laura, let's talk about young Samuel Pupo. I mean, what a run. This kid had a great story in this event, right? He took down the biggest names. He got revenge over Italo Ferreira for beating his brother. That right there was a crazy cool moment in this event. He didn't have the final he wanted, but he got himself out of the combination spot with that 8-point ride. So I got to say, Samuel Pupo is definitely taking his surfing to the next level. Easily the most improved over the past 2 years on the men's championship tour.
Yeah, so good to see Sammy just come through this event. We almost had a Miguel and Sammy Pupo semi-final. Unfortunately, Ito put a stop to that. But Sammy, getting his first excellent scoring heat total of the event. He's here. He's a rookie, but he's learning, and this is just going to give him so much confidence going into J-Bay.
And that just makes the Rookie of the Year conversation that much tighter. Right now, it's Samuel Pupo versus Callum Robson. For now, we have 2 events left to see what happens. And as we know, this is a very unpredictable year on the championship tour. But one thing is certain, we will see Carissa Moore and we will see Filipe Toledo in the upcoming Rip Curl WSL Finals, September 8th. Put it on your calendar. Write it on a Post-it, stick it on your fridge, whatever you need to do, don't forget that date. Well, the party on the beach here in Saquarema is about to go to the next level. Let's get to the awards presentation with the one and only Joe Turpel.
Obrigado. Obrigado, everybody. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, all the fans here on the beach. Tudo beleza? You guys are so incredible. Welcome, everybody, to the official awards presentation of the Oi Rio Pro presented by Corona. Such an important stop on the World Surf League Championship Tour. Stop number 8, in fact. All roads lead to the Rip Curl WSL Finals. 2019 feels like it was so long ago. It's so great that you welcome us back each and every year with amazing people. As soon as we arrive and the waves came to the table, how good was the final today? Perfect conditions, the sun came out, and it was extra special. This event will go down in history as the biggest Oi Rio Pro to date. Special thanks to all of our sponsors. Muito obrigado. The city of Saquarema, Rio de Janeiro, the state government, plus the local team for the outstanding efforts. Our entire WSL team working so hard in the lead up and throughout this event. Thank you so much. And also to the best fans in the world. Maiores fans, maiores, obrigado. Valeu.
Olá, galera. Fala, Saquarema. Fala, Brasil! Bem-vindo à entrega de prêmios oficial do Oi Rio Pro, apresentado pela Corona. Essa é a 8ª etapa do Circuito Mundial da WSL de 2022. Como o Joe falou, 2019 parece que foi uma década atrás. E estar de volta ao Brasil é muito especial. A multidão, a energia de vocês, não tem nada comparado no mundo com uma torcida brasileira, não é verdade? A gente chegou com onda, o sol saiu porque a gente sabe que Deus é brasileiro. Excelentes pontuações, grandes aéreos, vitórias de último minuto, 2-10 apresentados por brasileiros. E com certeza essa etapa vai entrar para a história com uma semifinal 100% de brasileiro. A gente queria agradecer aos patrocinadores, à Prefeitura de Saquarema, ao governo do estado do Rio de Janeiro e, além disso, a equipe local pelos esforços, toda a equipe da WSL e um agradecimento especial a vocês, melhores fãs do mundo.
Obrigado, Luisa. The 2022 Oi Rio Pro presented by Corona, proudly supported by our partners Oi, Corona, Secretaria de Estado de Esporte y Lazer do Rio de Janeiro, City of Saquarema, Red Bull, Havaianas, Oakley, Hydro Flask, True Surf, Expedia, Apple, BF Goodrich, Localiza, Enel, Oakberry, Australian Gold, 51 Ice, Banco do Brazil, BB Asset, and TikTok. Community thank yous to Manuela Perez, the mayor of Saquarema, the city of Saquarema, and the state of Rio de Janeiro. Obrigado.
A gente gostaria de agradecer a parceria para esse evento. Sem vocês nada seria possível. Oi, Corona, Secretaria do Estado de Esporte e Lazer do Rio de Janeiro, a cidade de Saquarema, Red Bull, Havaianas, Oakley, Hydro Flask, True Surf, Expedia, Apple, BF, Goodrich, Localiza, Enel, Oakberry, Australian Gold, 51 Ice, Banco do Brasil, BB A7 e TikTok. E um agradecimento também à comunidade Manuela Pérez, a prefeita de Saquarema, a cidade de Saquarema e, claro, ao estado do Rio de Janeiro.
Obrigado. To help us with some special trophies up here today, I'd like to introduce the CEO of the World Surf League. Let's hear it for Eric Logan. ELO. There's a hashtag out. ELO era. Doing a great job. Thanks for all that you do, my friend. Jesse Miley Dyer. Let's hear it for Jesse, WSL SVP of Tours, head of competition. Actually came very close to winning in Brazil 2006. Still got it. Thank you so much, Jesse. Great to see that. Ivan Marchino. Thank you so much for all you do. WSL Latin America General Manager. Let's also hear it for Ziozinho up here. What a legend. Thanks so much. From our family to yours. We love you guys.
O Joey está apresentando a nossa equipe, o Eric Logan, que é o CEO da WSL, a Jessie Malidar, que é a chefe de competição em tour, que ele falou que quase ganhou aqui em 2006, o Ivan Martinho, que é o gerente-geral da WSL na América Latina, e o Zilzinho, filho do Mano Zul, que a gente fez uma grande homenagem durante essa etapa aqui no Rio de Janeiro.
It's a really special part of this presentation as we think about a man dear to our hearts named Mano Zul. So special, he changed everything in pro surfing. He actually brought the first live webcast to your living rooms around the world. A total visionary, a genius mind that changed surfing forever. And we all benefited from that. And I benefited from his jokes, his laughs, his smile, his beautiful family. The trophy for Mano Zul goes out to the highest combined heat total today for the men and the women, as I'll let Luisa explain that in Portuguese.
Hoje a gente vai aproveitar essa oportunidade para homenagear um visionário, um pioneiro no esporte, no surf, o Mano Zul, pai do Zilzinho que está aqui, uma mente genial. O Mano Zul foi capaz de realizar os primeiros webcasts do evento, trazendo os locais mais remotos para a sua sala de casa. Toda a pontuação, o sistema de nota tem sido uma parte fundamental no surf competitivo desde que ele foi criado. E para homenagear a sua memória, a gente gostaria de entregar o troféu Mano Zul aos atletas masculinos e femininos com os maiores somatórios do evento no Oi Rio Pro. E para apresentar esses prêmios, quem está aqui é o Zilzinho. Tua mãe está aí? A Sandra Andoesa, que está aqui, a esposa do Mano Zul, vem para o palco com a gente, Sandra.
Thank you so much, Sandra.
Uma salva de palmas para eles, gente.
Thank you so much. Obrigado. And our winners receiving this special trophy. Carissa Moore in the final, big 9.5, 15.43 total. And also Filipe Toledo, 10-point ride in the final, 18.67 combined total.
E não é uma coincidência que esses prêmios vão para os vencedores de hoje, Filipe Toledo, com um total de
18.67.
18.67 e Carissa Moore, que fez 15.43.
Parabéns. Parabéns.
Parabéns.
As we'll bring up Riss and Filipe real quick, you guys. We'll grab this trophy and then continue on with the celebration. 10-point ride, a 9.5 in the final, both world number one, both clinching spots in the WSL Finals. Filipe.
Os dois vencedores.
Congratulations
E os dois
on your trophy
também.
for Mano Zul.
E os dois também conseguiram uma vaga na final em Trestles em setembro.
And also Carissa, highest combined total of the day. Congratulations, this trophy for Mano Azul.
Parabéns, Carissa, esse troféu do Mano Azul.
Okay, we'll set those there. We'll start the next part of the celebration. Beautiful start to this day. It was beautiful and firing. And a rookie stepped up in a really big way and featured in his first ever final of his career. And it happened to be in his home country of Brazil. I'd like to introduce your runner-up of the Oi Rio Pro presented by Corona. Let's hear for Samuel Pupo.
Uma grande salva de palmas para Samuel Pupo, que chegou na primeira grande final da sua carreira no CT. Parabéns, Sam.
Parabéns. Okay, Samuel received the trophy as Filipe gets prepared.
Felipe está
Not
se
sure what that's
preparando.
for. Oh! Samuel, quickly, a special experience watching you here for the first time. And after your first heat, you kept pointing to your flag on your sleeve. That was beautiful for all of us to see your connection instantly to the people here in Brazil.
Obrigado a todo mundo na praia, vocês foram incríveis desde o primeiro dia. Hoje eu tô aqui por causa de vocês me motivaram muito todos os dias e eu tenho orgulho de ser brasileiro, sempre. Aqui é Brasil!
Doing a great job throughout finals day, having some 9s and 8s, getting to deal with some of the biggest names on tour. Is this the best day of your career?
Sem dúvida, melhor dia da minha vida. Tenho o melhor resultado no CT na frente de todos vocês, da minha família. E ainda tem mais, o ano não acabou, agora estou com muita vontade de competir de novo, não vejo a hora de ir para a JB e dar o melhor. Valeu!
Beautiful. Luisa, quickly, his response.
For all over the world wondering what he's saying, Joe pretty much asked if that's the best day of his life, and he said yes, he has a lot of hunger now to keep continuing and keep going on this tour. So here you go, let's just see, and big cheer up for him.
Really beautiful watching the finals today, and one surfer's been on a roll. She gets better and better every single day. Let's hear it for number 2 in the world, your runner-up in the Oi Rio Pro presented by Corona, representing France, Johanne Defay.
A segunda colocada, representando a França, Johanne Defay.
Trophy time. Quick trophy from Jess. Oh, right here, Jeff.
Ela tá
Lot
perguntando
going on.
cadê
I
o
love
troféu.
it. Put that up real quick. Jojo, what a year it's been, especially after the midseason cut, winning a G-Land, semifinal El Salvador, a final again with your good friend Carissa Moore. A pretty special back end of the season, and to do it again in Rio, making another final, must be special.
It is. I think this place is very special. I'm so happy to share it again with Reese. You know, we had a good story, and it's just you guys, everybody make it very special. So, obrigada a todos.
Joey falou que elas já têm uma história muito bacana juntas, se enfrentando na água. Por que foi especial aqui? Ela falou que ela queria agradecer, mas especialmente foi mais especial por causa da torcida brasileira.
Obrigado. Enjoy the moment, Johanne Defay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now your champion here at the Oi Rio Pro, presented by Corona, doing it on the final wave and getting a 9.5. The defending world champ and world number 1, Carissa Moore.
A defensora do título mundial com 9,5 no final da onda, Carissa Moore.
And obrigado, Leticia, from Oi, a special surfboard trophy for the champions. Carissa Moore now with 25 championship tour wins. Carissa, you've always had special performances in Brazil. I was looking how consistent you were. You're always on finals day and enjoying your time at this part of the world. I just can't get away from the look on your face after the two-turn combo to get the win, to take it off of your good friend, Johanne Defay. There's emotions flying from everyone, seeing how much it meant to you as well. Can you take us to that point?
Yeah, I think this has to be one of my favorite wins of my whole career and one of the most meaningful. Coming up against my really good friend Johanne Defay, I respect her so much, and she got me in G-Land, and I really feel like she's the one to beat this year. And so, I was behind for most of the heat, and I was like, gosh, you know what? I'm probably going to get another second here, but it's okay. Like, I'm happy. I'm grateful. I've had an incredible week, and we're stayed at a house with a bunch of my friends, and the crowd's been amazing, and I've felt a lot of love and support here, so I think that's what made it even more special.
Take us to a turning point quickly. When you said it was really hard for you to go to sleep at night after you got your win in the quarterfinals, was that the moment that everything clicked into gear?
I think I finally started to find a little bit of rhythm out here. I think what's special about Saquarema is that it's a little bit different every day. It's kind of a battle, but when you get those gems, it's really good. And so it just felt good to find some rhythm.
And also clinching a spot in the WSL Final 5. You're competing for a 6th world title this year. That news came to you earlier, but now is all that starting to sink in even more?
I think it might take the airplane ride home to let it sink in, but I'm really happy. And before I don't have a chance to, I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to my coach, Mitch Ross, my husband, my family who stayed up late at home, the WSL for putting on a great event, my friends Carol and Braga who took care of us here. I'm definitely forgetting people, but thank you so much. Aloha.
Enjoy the moment, Carissa. Well done, you're champion of the Oi Rio Pro, presented by Corona, #1 in the world, heading into Jeffreys Bay. Quickly, Luisa, her thoughts to the crowd.
O Joey perguntou para ela que foi uma bateria muito especial e ela confirmou. Todas as performances dela no Brasil são incríveis. E ela falou que provavelmente essa foi a melhor bateria da carreira dela. E ela falou que a onda aqui tem um truquezinho. Ela estava ali dentro da água, ela não sabia se ela ia ganhar, ela estava se contentando com o segundo lugar. Mas daí veio o primeiro e ela falou que ela está fazendo as pazes ainda com a ideia de ir para a final, de defender o título mais uma vez. E é isso, ela falou de vocês, de Saquarema, de como a torcida daqui é muito especial e acaba levantando o surf, né, do atleta. E é isso, agradeceu a equipe e vamos embora.
Well done, Carissa, enjoying the moment. Oi, galera, a big moment coming up right now. Your champion once again for the 4th time in surfing history, being the best ever in competing in Brazil. Your champion of the Oi Rio Pro, Filipe Toledo. Okay, Leticia, to present the surfboard from Oi.
A Oi está presenteando o Filipe também com uma prancha de surf.
Parabéns, monstro. Wow, the performances you put on are special, no matter where we are in the world. But man, you bring us to tears with what you give in your home country, not once, but twice, 3 times, 4 times. Luisa, what's the 4th?
4th, tetra.
Tetra. What a special feeling, man. When you connect off this crowd, it's got to be crazy. Can you put it into words?
Fala Saquarema, pô, vamos! Pô, primeiramente, antes de qualquer coisa, eu queria agradecer a Deus.
Queria agradecer a Deus por tudo que Ele tem feito na minha vida, na vida da minha família, por ter me trago até aqui. Sem Ele eu não conseguiria. Então isso o que vem agora na minha vida é lucro. Depois, né, desse momento difícil que todo mundo passou, muita gente foi afetada, tá aqui hoje reunido com vocês, com essa energia, não tem preço. Então eu só tenho a agradecer. Esse título fica aqui no Brasil. Queria parabenizar o Samuel. Queria parabenizar o Iago, o Ítalo, todo mundo que fez a semifinal, quarta de final, os brasileiros. A gente mostrou para eles com classe quem é que manda aqui. Vamos para cima!
So, Joey, just pretty much, I got so emotional here that I blanked right now, but Filipe just wanted to send a message to everybody. After so many things that the entire world went through, he thanked God, as he always does. Everything here is a plus. The title is staying in Brazil. He congratulated all the athletes, all the Brazilians, and here we go.
So special, Filipe. I feel like you're the captain of the Brazilian Storm these days. You never leave anybody's side. You're always with them from start to finish, no matter if you win or lose. And you carry that passion for everybody coming up, from rookies to everyone on tour. Looking at the quarterfinals, seeing all Brazilians that had to be extra special, that fueled your fire to go all the way to the win as well.
Sem dúvida nenhuma. Eu vejo, né, o surf como um lifestyle muito legal de se viver, estar na praia, estar com os amigos, né, e é isso que eu tento trazer, né, e aproveitar esse momento de estar todo mundo junto, estar todo mundo reunido, apesar de ser um esporte muito egoísta, né, sempre um querendo vencer o outro, mas os momentos que a gente pode estar junto, eu faço questão da gente estar junto com todos os meninos, a gente tirar uma onda, e eu acho que isso traz mais força, mais combustível para cada um de nós aqui vir fazer o nosso melhor e entregar bons resultados.
Parabéns.
So Filipe said that surf is an amazing lifestyle, and the cherry on top is to be together with all the athletes, with all the friends, and obviously this gives a boost for the athletes to win, even though surf is a little bit of a selfless sport, because only one gets the title, only one wins, but at the end of the day it's a big celebration because everybody's family.
Special things. I know you have more to say, more to thank. Obviously the 10 in the final, you do that a lot. You often get 10s in the final. For you, a big, massive error. How do you always peak at the right time, especially in finals on the championship tour?
Eu acho que a final é aquele momento que a gente não tem mais nada a perder, ou é primeiro ou é segundo. Então é um momento que eu dou o meu máximo, dou o meu melhor, e estava, né, tentando salvar o melhor para o final. Acabou que deu certo ali, aquela onda, o Samuel acabou indo para a direita, deixou uma seçãozinha só para a esquerda ali, foi o tempo de dar um aerozão e voltar. Mas independente disso, estou muito feliz pelo Samuel, pelo resultado do Migues também, de todos os brasileiros. Outra coisa que eu queria falar, eu queria agradecer o meu time. Eu queria agradecer meu time, vocês sabem quem são. Obrigado por todo o carinho, todo o suporte. Aos meus patrocinadores, o Pinga, o Márcio, o Yufo, que estavam aí na praia também. Tamo junto, muito obrigado de coração. E essa aqui é para nós e agora a gente tem que comemorar.
So, Filipe just talked about his wave and how he, in the finals, everything, there's nothing they can lose, pretty much. So he saved the best for last. And that little right, that little left, he could just pick it right in the right moment. And then at the end, he got a little emotional and he said thank you to all his family, all his, his staff. And this is for you guys. You know who you are. Brazil, this is for you.
Okay, and we'll let you send it off for us as our champion, Filipe. What do you got for us?
E por último, eu queria dedicar essa vitória ao Manuzil, que está olhando por nós agora.
And at last, I'd like to send this victory to Manuzio, who's up there looking down at us.
Thank you so much, everybody. Parabéns, everybody here in Brazil, and our champions, Carissa Moore and Filipe Toledo, clinching their spot for the WSL Final 5 and the champions here at the Oi Rio Pro. Congrats to our runner-up from Joanne Defay and Sammy Pupo. We'll continue the celebration on the Corona Post Show.
A gente continua a nossa celebração no post-show do Corona.
Come on, say it with me. Toledo. 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 It's a beach party. The celebration is raging down here in Saquarema. Filipe Toledo, a worthy victor. You know, not only an incredible surfer, a great guy, a family man, a man of the people. Right there, you know, I think the crowd, they got what they wanted. A win for Filipe Toledo. And I'll tell you, the Brazilian Storm started whipping into a frenzy in the quarterfinals, and then it was a Brazilian shutout from then on. And I tell you, again, the fans, they were an integral part of what made this such a special event. Laura, in looking back at what Filipe did right there, and Joe asked him, what a time to peak in the finals. He made it look easy out there.
Oh, he really did. It was just clear that this was such a special win for Filipe and also Carissa. It just meant so much to them both. And, you know, for Filipe to be here in front of the Brazilians, his wife and his son and daughter with him, and, you know, it's a really special moment, and all of his friends. So, you know, there's nothing like winning on your home turf, and, yeah, a special, special day.
Love to see it. Let's take a look at some bracket information, because we are not done yet here on the 2022 Championship Tour. Carissa Moore still in the lead, and here's how she got the win down here at the Oi Rio Pro. Of course, no easy path to victory. She got revenge on Caroline Marks. She came up against Tatiana Weston-Webb, who I would say may be her biggest rival, just in terms of the ferocity in which they've competed in the past, and then taking out Joanne Defay in the final. Carissa Moore living up to the legend that she's already kind of created for herself.
Can I just say, Carissa actually started this event with a total heat score of 1.8 in the first round. And she was laughing about that. So she was saying, you know, I have come so far throughout this event. You know, every day here she also has been vocal about it, learning to love and adapt to these Saquarema conditions. And she just blossomed and grew and adapted, and on finals day she was well and truly on.
And even in that final, you know, it felt like it was Joanne Defay all the way to the bitter end. I mean, it just felt like Joanne was going to get that win, and then that moment changed in one wave where she ended up getting the 9.5, and she built through the day. I would say that her performance built through the event, which it had to, from a 1.8 to getting a 9.5 in the final. But that's what champions do. You know, you find out a way to win heats, you find out a way to make it through all the way to finals day, and then on finals day, you learn how to peak in the final.
Pure clutch performance, because with 5 minutes left, Carissa had a big fall that really seemed to take the wind out of her sails. The crowd got silent, and you almost saw and felt Joanne Defay starting to rise up. And I was with you, Pete, watching that final. Laura, we're sitting here going, wow, we're about to see Joanne Defay win this event. With 30 seconds left, the Golden Girl, Carissa Moore, doing what she does best.
Carissa said that it was almost like she'd surrendered to possibly getting her second place finish. And she was like, you know what? That's okay. But then she took up on this wave with about 1 minute to go and did not hold back. I cannot believe the surfing she did on this. This was huge. She'd fallen on that turn previously in the heat, and she stuck it. She had a few falls, but to make that with a minute to go, like I was saying, some people would have jelly legs and crumble, but she just switched into world champ gear and just absolutely nailed that finish. And we saw her get so emotional at the end here. It was she just said it was one of the most special wins of her career, which is so, so cool.
Yeah, I went back behind the scenes in the competitors area after she won. She was in a little ball, a little joy ball in the corner, crumpled up, talking to her husband, talking to her dad. She, you know, for somebody who's won so many times, who's won the title, who's won every big event, every accolade in surfing, an Olympic gold medal, even she was one of the first to say, wow, that may have been one of the most emotional wins of my career. So it shows you what it meant for her. And, you know, you kind of have to put all the factors together, right? Going for the title, surfing in front of a crowd like this, going up against maybe what was going to, well, definitely the numbers show us her toughest competition of the season. Carissa Moore showing that, even though she's a veteran, even though she has that trophy room that's packed to the ceiling, she still has a lot to prove to herself to really be the champion that she wants to be. And I'll tell you, she's going to be winning for a long time.
That growth that she had in that final, because she was so far behind, and the momentum was fully over with Joanne Defay. And that's that never say die attitude that champions have to have, that, it's not over till that hooter sounds. And sure enough, the 9-5 came to her.
Well, Joe and Louisa got the fun job of giving out the awards down on the stage, but we've got some awards here from the Corona Post Show as well. Let's talk about the 51 Ice Wave of the Day. It was a pretty easy selection today. It was funny because I was standing there on the sand, watching to see the reaction, getting the vibe of the crowd. I literally looked down for 1 second. And of course, the roof was blown off the world by this wave right here. This is your 51 Ice Wave of the Day. Filipe Toledo, perfect 10 across the board. No hesitation from our judges. Pete, what made that the most excellent wave of the day?
Well, I think the emotion that you carry straight out of watching it, the disbelief. I mean, those are the types of waves that get gifted 10s, is when you're just like, wow, how did he do that? And how did she do that? Whatever it is, that's the 10s. They're emotional, right? And especially the perfect 10s, where every judge ticks the box. It's everybody. It's undeniable.
And check this out. We're about to unveil the latest and the greatest with our men's rankings. So we've started to do the math early. We already saw shakeups in the final 5 picture when this event started. But let's take a look at where we stand now on our WSL Championship Tour 2022 men's rankings. Here we go for the first time ever, your debut of our new final 5 picture. Filipe Toledo in the top spot. Jack Robinson hangs on in second. Italo does make one jump up to third place. Griffin falls 1 spot to 4th. Ethan Ewing now in 5th. Kanoa, John, Callum Robson, Miguel Pupo with a huge leap up into the top 10, and Connor O'Leary with another step up.
You look at the gap between 5th and 9th, it's not that much. Those are a few heats, right? So that still 4 and 5 spot are wide open. The top, though, almost a 10,000 point lead for Filipe.
His 1,040 points.
His cushion is very exorbitant, so he's looking good. He's already clinched that spot, but now wanting to keep that number 1 seed.
Yeah, that right there is going to change slightly. We'll see what happens next as we look towards J-Bay. But here's your Women's Championship Tour rankings. A lot of movement here. Carissa Moore well into the lead. Joanne Defay, 2nd place. Lakey Peterson makes the jump up to 3rd. Stephanie Gilmore drops to 4th. Brisa Hennessy tied with Steph in 4th. Tatiana Weston-Webb moving up the line to 6th place. Laura, it's getting exciting.
Oh, yeah, baby. It's getting very exciting. Just these women's rankings can move around so quickly. And, with 2 events left, I'm going to be on the edge of my seat to see who can clinch and who can get their spots in the final 5. I am so excited, but very nervous. I wouldn't want to beat the girls.
Well, big ups to Gabrielle O'Brien as well, making a jump up into that top 10. We got plenty of post-show coming up for you next. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. This is the Oi Rio Pro presented by Corona post-show, also presented by Corona. Here you go, Laura.
Yummy.
Well, noche, welcome back to the Corona Post Show. Chris Cote here with Laura Enever and Pete Mel. And I think it's official. Happy Hour has officially started here in Saquarema. It is going to be a 50,000 plus person party. Everyone's invited. The streets are about to go wild, as they should. It's been a celebration of surfing and the joy of this sport all week long. I love that the pundits who said, oh, there's going to be drama, it's going to be gnarly on the beach, were proven wrong, because it was joyful from the start of this event all the way to the end. And guess what? More joy to come. If you like right-hand point breaks, if you like amazing surfing, I've got something for both of you and all of you out there. Let's talk about the next stop on the championship tour, J-Bay in South Africa. So excited to be going back to the world's best right-hander. Laura, Pete, I know this is a spot near and dear to both of your hearts. Let's do a little foreshadowing. We haven't been there since 2019. The world's been waiting for some J-Bay time. They're about to get it.
Well, I know for a fact that when every surfer heard about the cut this year, all they wanted to do was make the cut so they could get to J-Bay. You know, it's such a special event, you know, seeing the girls get there in 2018 for the first time and, you know, just the level of surfing and what a wave. I can't wait to get down there.
Well, going from Brazil, headed to J-Bay, first of all, past champions, been Brazilians, so it was safe to say that they know how to surf this type of a wave as well. But the wave is really what is why we go to this place. It is one of the best in the world. It is a place that we all love and enjoy.
Corona Open J-Bay coming up July 12th, literally right around the corner in just a few days. After that, the last stop on the WSL Championship Tour, the end boss, the Tahiti Pro, August 11th. And then we'll get to the Rip Curl WSL Finals. That is our Super Bowl. That is our one-day World Series. That is where we will crown our champions in the water. So I cannot wait for these next 3 events to unfold. And it's not just for the Final 5 picture, right? It's for, you know, surfers who have now already made the championship tour for 2023. Well, this is where they've freed up a little bit, right? They have now some time to really just put their wares on display and show the world why they belong. So it would be really fun for me to see, and you guys can tell me, for me to see a rookie, a wild card, somebody different, somebody, you know, that you wouldn't expect to take out these next couple of events. You know, let's do some foreshadowing. I'm going to go ahead and make my pick. Might be random, but I think this is going to be fun to do. I'm saying young Jake Marshall is going to win the upcoming contest at J-Bay. Who do you think is going to win?
I'm going to say Jordy Smith. I think he is fire in his belly right now. He's excited to get home and his board's looking amazing. And, you know, he hasn't had the results that he's been wanting this year. And I just think that he is going to be fiery and ready to take some wins.
Women's draw?
Oh, women's? Oh, really tough one. Carissa is the 2019.
Is that a tough pick?
No. She is the 2019 champ, but I cannot go past Steph Gilmore. The first ever winner there, and I just think she's so tough to beat on any right point. And yeah, I think she's going to be a real majestic surfer out there.
All right, my female pick is going to be Gabrielle O'Brien.
Wow.
Male, female.
I'm going to keep waving the Brazilian flag. Filipe and Tatiana Weston-Webb. I think there's going to be, because that battle for that 5th spot right there, you say Steph, I think Tatiana's going to be someone who's going to come in there with a fire in her belly as well. But Filipe is just too good out there. Sorry.
Okay.
Waving the flag.
You guys are going top dogs. I'm going underdogs. Either way, it's going to be fun to watch. The waiting period opens in July 12th. So put it on your calendar. Go to worldsurfleague.com. Make your fantasy picks. So you've got some time to do your research. And the conversation about the door starting to close on the Rip Curl WSL Finals is going to really reach an all-time high as we surf our way through J-Bay. Here's your final 5 for now. Now, these numbers and names most likely will change, albeit slightly. You see those golden names up on top? They have clinched their spots in the upcoming Rip Curl WSL Finals. Filipe Toledo and Carissa Moore will be competing for world titles. Of these names you see, from Jack to Ethan, from Joanne to Brisa, any names stand out as potential definite locks as we come home from J-Bay in a couple weeks?
Wow, both of those top 5s are incredible, and I'd love to see this as a top 5. But I think, you know, on the women's side, I think, like you were saying, Pete, Tati is going to have a fire in her belly. I think, you know, on the men's side, there are those people like Kanoa, Jordy Smith, you know, Connor O'Leary, Callum Robson. I think there's a lot to move around still, and I can't believe how important this next event's going to be for those final 5 rankings.
I'm just going to answer no.
No.
The same?
Yeah, no locks. Sorry,
no locks.
No locks.
All right, yeah. I mean,
the only locks we see are the gold names.
Yeah, big points. So big deal. Big points, big deal. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So let's take a look at something that makes sense to everyone. The Banco de Brazil top 5. Now this right here is going to be a highlight reel. I don't know, screen record this because this is going to be a video part to get you fired up for the rest of the year. Your top 5 moments from Banco do Brazil, starting with Number 5, and that's going to go to 50,000 surf fans. The Brazilian crowds never disappoint. We expected them to come out in force. They did. They did it the right way. Positivity, joy, sportsmanship. It was all time here in Saquarema.
What absolute legends. Thank you so much to every single person that came down and watched the Oi Rio Pro this year. It was an unforgettable one. And all the, the furry creatures too. Thank you very much. Yeah, one big beach party.
And from there, let's go to number 4. Caio Ibelli getting a rare perfect 10 here at Saquarema. Pete, this was an absolute stunner.
Yeah, and it was a point in the heat where Caio was kind of almost waving the white flag, and all of a sudden this magic comes to you. And I think that this is a learning experience for Caio. He's going to be able to go, wait, these things do happen, and they happen to me, and this happened in this moment. It was an incredible moment. What a barrel. I mean, it was one of those ones where you're like, wow, and it was undeniable. It was easily a perfect 10.
Kelly Slater took to Instagram. He said it best. Jesus, never underestimate Caio Ibelli. When the GOAT says that, well, we listen. Caio Ibelli with the perfect 10. Let's go to number 3, your clinchers. We have 2 surfers currently that will be involved in the upcoming Rip-Pro WSL Finals. One of them is Filipe Toledo. The other is Carissa Moore. Nice to clinch this early in the season.
So emotional for Filipe. He's so far ahead on the rankings now, but this is so special and so meaningful to him. And, taking the time there to just really, the work, the hard work, the sacrifice, leaving the kids home, leaving his wife, everything that he's done this year, and it's just paid off. And not completely, but he's halfway there, and it just must feel very, very good.
Unlike baseball, there is crying in surfing, and that's fine with us because we love to see the emotion and the passion on display. Both of our winners today, both of our clinching surfers showing how much this means to them.
Yeah, it's really true. And showcasing why they're champions. Again, we saw Filipe able to put up the gigantic numbers that he did today, but also Carissa to have the momentum absolutely away from her, way out to sea, and somehow she waved it back in with a little wand and brought it back to her to get that last wave at the end of the heat and clinch her spot in that WSL Final 5. And we'll see her again at Trestles, and she's going to be a force to reckon with at Trestles.
For our number 2 spot, the Banco do Brazil top 5 is Carissa Moore, 2-time Oi Rio Pro winner, and remains in yellow, where she feels most comfortable. Remains in that top spot, clinched it. It was a great day for Carissa Moore.
Yeah, and she won this event back in 2011, which must feel like an absolute lifetime ago. So to come back to the Oi Rio Pro and get a second win, what's the math, 11 years later? Yeah, must feel pretty good.
And this is one of those events where she wasn't confident coming here, thinking that she could take a win. But I think that's changed, now that she's been able to come from a 1.8 start to this 1.8 total, start in her first round, to coming all the way and peaking in the final. That can build confidence. She's going to want to come back to Brazil for many, many years.
9.5, I think that just, cherry on the cake, eh?
Yeah, and you look at the next couple of events too. J Bay, of course, that's the Carissa Moore wave. Tahiti, she's practiced out there. She's shown us that she will throw herself over the ledge. So it'll be a very exciting year for Carissa Moore fans out there. And there are a lot of them. She has to be considered the most beloved surfer right now on the championship tour. And our number 1 spot on the Banco do Brazil top 5 is this man, Filipe Toledo. Your 4-time Oi Rio Pro winner.
And
three-peater.
In a row. Right? 3 in a
beef.
row. That's just incredible to win 3 events in a row. And to do this while you're doing it, peaking in the final one more time. Those champions know how to do it. Clinched the spot for his Final 5 berth at the Rip-Pro WSL Finals. Winning this event in front of his crown 3 times in a row, 4 times overall. I mean, stats are stacking up for this kid.
Oh, yeah.
Now he just needs one thing, and that's a world title.
I'm just going to knock on wood. We've seen it in the past. Filipe Toledo has been so close. But again, the feeling of destiny, just you can't deny it. And there it is. Banco do Brazil, number 1 moment of the Oi Rio Pro presented by Corona. Filipe Toledo. Pure passion, pure love of surfing.
Look at the crowd, just...
Good work, those guys. Hold it back. But there was some few that escaped through. See how they escaped through? Oh, crazy stuff. Wow. We're almost done. Wow. I don't want to leave yet.
I'm right there with you. I mean, that's just the best word to describe what we just saw. And I'll tell you, the streets of Saquarema will be a jubilant place to be tonight. And there you see one last look at this beautiful beach. Toledo, Carissa, they'll be no doubt involved with the happy hour that's going to go down. Laura, this is all you right here. You won the Corona Post-Show Award, Best Performance. You can invite your friends.
One for Carissa, one for Filipe.
Perfect.
Isn't that a good sound? The ting, ting.
We're all about it. Well, check it out, surf fans. We're going to leave you with something awesome. This highlight package is going to get you excited to surf, and that's our whole goal. Watch what the top pros do, apply it to yourself, get psyched, go surfing, let's celebrate it. This has been the Oi Rio Pro presented by Corona. We'll see you in J-Bay.
So good to be in Saquarema. So great to be back in the amazing country of Brazil. Time for the opening round for the men. Starting things off on the right, Italo Ferreira snap right off the lip.
Best finish for sure, and we have the best fans.
Jack Robinson takes to the sky, and falling from the clouds, Jack Robinson with a massive frontside air. Right off the buzzer, Filipe Toledo. This is day 2 of the Oi Rio Pro presented by Corona. Our first left of the morning, Carissa Moore, big snap.
I still want it, and I'm still here trying and giving my best every day.
Big snap for Isabella Nichols, aggressive, straight into the lip.
Hard off the bottom, nice clean snap for Lakey. As we have the men's elimination round on deck.
Miguel Tudela, here he goes.
Goes upside down, but does complete.
Oh, yeah.
Kayo activating, pumping into the tube, could have an exit, driving, and somehow, miraculously, comes out of nowhere.
The first 10 of Itaúna. Man, walk us through that wave.
I was able to travel through the hardest part and come out on the speed.
It's been a wild ride so far here on day 2 as we make our way into the women's quarterfinals. Joan DeFay, Gabriel O'Brien up and at it again.
Watching Carissa Moore battle for the start. After a couple of late days through the weekend, it's a fun Monday morning here in Brazil. Ready to watch the world's best compete. Backside full rotation for Sammy Pupo.
17 points in 3 minutes.
That is when Italo starts to thrive.
This is somebody who wants a world title more than anybody.
Crowd goes nuts. It's official. Filipe Toledo clinches his spot in the Rip Curl WSL Finals. Welcome, surf fans from all over the world. It's finals day. We've got an epic duel. Number 1 in the world versus number 2 in the world. Carissa Moore versus Joan DeFay. Joan DeFay looking to capitalize. Carissa Moore looking for a 6-4-1. Big opening snap. And another. Hangs on, Carissa Moore.
The stage is set for the final and all Brazilian matchup. Filipe Toledo, your champion of the Oi Rio Pro, presented by Corona for the 4th time in his career. This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.